everyone, this is Farah Kim from WinPure. So in today's video, we will be talking about data quality and why business users should care. Now this may seem like a very basic topic, but bear with me as I tell you my story. I was the marketing manager for a digital agency, and of course a large part of my job was to extract customer data and use it for our campaigns. Now the first time I received that data, I was in shock. I was stressed, okay? The data was crazy bad. We had so many typos, we had invalid values in the data, inconsistent standards, duplicate names, wrong ID numbers. It was hard to make sense of the data. I could only use 1,200 records, and that too, I had to go into each of the records manually on Excel and I just had to make sure that there were no typos in the first name and last name because I didn't want to send out a campaign with, errors in the name. It took me a week, right, just to make that 1,200 records usable. At that time, I did not know I was dealing with poor data quality. So what is data quality? Now, if you go online, there are loads of technical definitions for data quality, but I'll keep it very simple for you. Data that is usable, reliable, meaningful, and valid. If your data meets these four qualities, it has high quality. Okay. I bet, like me, you would want to see what exactly is poor data. Even if you've seen it in your organization before, I think you do want to see it close up again. So I will walk you through. I'll show you what exactly I mean by poor data. And once I put it through WinPure's no-code solution, I will also show you how that poor data has been transformed and how, with absolutely no effort or Excel sheets required, you can do the same for your departmental data, all right?
So this is a typical CRM data file. Most business users would get this data in an Excel sheet and would have to manually review it before they can use this data for any business purpose. If you see the fields highlighted in yellow, they represent a certain data quality problem. For example, these three names are recorded 3 times, indicating a duplicate data entry challenge. Each of the company name has a different address to it. And if you take a look at the address column, you'll see that there are standard issues. There are loads of fields that are not filled, which means that you've got contacts of which you have no physical address or location. So you cannot use these contacts for any mailing purpose or any kind of analytics that is location dependent. Similarly, if you go into the zip column, you'll see that some numbers are recorded with a hyphen while some are not. Again, these are consistency issues. The same with titles and the same with contact names. Here, you will notice that a few of the contact names are garbage entry. You will have to resolve all of these issues using different Excel formulas. Not only is this time consuming, but it is inefficient and definitely does not help you with accuracy. That's where you need a solution like WinPure. So I will walk you through the WinPure software interface and show you how you can effortlessly clean and deduplicate data without requiring any formulas or programming expertise. Well, let's get started. We first import the data. We'll use the same Excel data that we were working on. Import. And as you can see, the data is loaded into this first data module where you can do a lot of data enrichment activities. So for example, in this data set, you don't have a date column. Maybe you just want to add a date column, or you want to add another status column. You can easily do that by inserting column. So for example, if I want to insert a column, I will say I want to insert date. I will add the time date. Sorry, I will add the label as date. And here you go. This is particularly helpful if you have some data that you want to append or you want to enrich in the existing data and then finally move into your main record, right? For now, I do not have any work to do with this, so I will probably just remove this column because I don't have the data for this yet. Okay, we remove this. Let's just go into the clean module. Now, if you go into the clean module, you'll see that there are three windows. The first window is your data window. The second is your profile window that shows you all the potential problems with your data. So if you can see problems like, say, trailing spaces, dots, hyphens, apostrophes, leading spaces, all of these are potential high quality data issues. And in the third column is what I like to call the action column, because you can do all of your cleaning, standardizing using this particular window. Now, remember I was telling you about context. If I follow this window here, the profile window, it's telling me that apostrophe in the company name is a potentially high data quality issue. But what if my company's name is, say, John's Garage, for example, right? So an apostrophe in that sense is not a data quality issue, but rather a company name, which is why before you perform any sort of data cleaning, you need to know the context of your data. Now, assuming I do not want to remove any apostrophes, I just want to do the bare minimum. I just want to make this data look standardized and clean. So what I'm going to do is I will simply work on removing spaces or these hyphens in the zip numbers and ensure that my uppercase and lowercase and proper case characters are all standardized, right? So to do that, I'm just going to go into this action window and I'm going to start by selecting those options which I think I need to clean my data. So I will remove multiple spaces from company name, from my address data, from my state, zip, title, and contact name. Multiple spaces occur when, for example, you accidentally type in like 3 spaces when entering the data. That often causes the data to look very incomplete and can also cause potential problems later on when you want to use that data for analysis, right? At the same time, I also want to remove all leading spaces in this, and I want to standardize my data. I want all my company names to be in proper case, all my address to be in proper case, my state names should be in uppercase. The zip data is numeric. I don't have to do anything about it. My title should be in proper case and same as my contact data. For the zip though, I think I should be removing the hyphens between the numbers. So I'm going to do that by clicking this. And now I just do a run clean. And you can see my data is now transformed. The next thing I want to do is match the data to catch duplicates. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So I'm going to select, this is my match module, right? I'm not going to delve into the advanced functions because that will require a video in itself, but I'm definitely going to show you how to do the basic data matching. I have also linked the tutorials for data matching in the video in the description above. Do feel free to check that out. Right. So for now, we just want to find out the duplicates in our company names, meaning I want to know how many records in the company column, company name column are duplicates, right? So I simply drag this here and I set the matching algorithm as a fuzzy match. I do not want to do an exact match because in an exact match, it will only come back with results that have the exact characters. That's not helpful. I want to see duplicates that could be formed on the basis of similar characters, right? I'll show you what that means. So I start the match. And now here, as you can see, there are 3 different windows. I'll walk you through this. The first window is all matches. All of the matches here are grouped into IDs. So in my first ID 1, I have this company which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 records, right? And each of the record has a different address, and each of the record has a different contact name. Some of them has the titles to it, some don't. Now we don't know whether this address belongs to the contact name or whether it is the address of the company. We're not really sure, right? But again, look at this as a data quality challenge. You can see in the zip field, it has the same zip code, although the address is completely different, right? So these are some of the examples of data quality where you will have to manually intervene and compare this data set with, say, another most recent data, maybe your billing data, or you would have to go to respective people in the department to find out which of these records are the most updated one. Now, assuming I'm running a mailing campaign and I need to extract the data of companies that have a complete address and I want to target the managers at those companies. So I'm going to select the record that I think has the right title and the complete address in order to run my mailing campaign. Now, the software allows me to create a master record. So out of these 5 records, I can select a master record here. Before I do this, I will take you to this window. This is a non-match window, meaning that all the data, all the names that were unique and were not duplicated are listed in this window. So I want to be able to create a master record from these and merge them into the non-match windows so that I can have a final master record to work with. To do that, I will simply select this as my master record because I'm working with, I want the data of a manager at this company. So I will select this. I will exclude this data because it doesn't have an address and so it's not helpful for me. In this, you can see that Jamie here is a garbage entry, but if I move into the other 2 records, I see that it's the same person. So I will choose this as my supposedly most accurate record. I will skip group ID 4. I will add this, this, and I will probably add this. I can live without a title, so I can add this. I don't need the address here. Sorry, I don't need the title here. I will skip this. I will skip this. I will take this because I don't know whether the incomplete title is a manager or something else. So I'll just go with the owner. I will skip all of these. And again, here I will go with the principal because I can see the title. Here I will go with the president. And here I will go with the branch manager, right? I can choose to exclude certain groups over here. If I want to, I can choose to remove these records from any further matching, but I won't do anything of that for now. I just want to merge these records, right? So I select all of these, then I click merge. Sorry, that was just my laptop mouse bar acting up. Right, so I have here company name, address, state, keep all values. It means that all the extra information that comes with these records will be looped into one row and kept for me to review later. So for now, I want to keep all the contact names that, all the different contact names that are listed here. I also want to keep all the different address data that these companies have, right? I don't want to delete anything for now because I still want to review it. So I will click merge. Now we can go to this all data window and you can see, if I hide the system fields here, you'll see that 100% UV has been grouped into one record, and whichever versions that were there previously is now in one row for me to assess. At the same time, the contact name, which were around 5 of them, they too have been listed into this for me to check. So if you want, you could also keep the different titles, but I didn't need that. I just wanted to keep the names and the addresses just for a quick verification later on. Now, we will export this data. Let's say you're okay with this and this is your final record. You can now export this data as your final master record. And once you export it, it will have the same structure that you see here. This is the file that we just exported, and as you can see, it's the same structure. You've got your company name here, the first address, all the other addresses grouped into this, the state, the zip, the title, the contact name, and all the other contact names that were listed in the duplicate records before.
I hope that example was helpful, but I'm pretty sure the next question you have in mind is, why do I have to care? Why do I have to be the one to use the software to fix the data? Why can't the IT or data team do that? Well, technically, yes, they are responsible for organizational data, but they are not responsible for the data you own in your department, okay? So say you have this board meeting coming up, in which you need to showcase your insights or predictions for the next quarter. You obviously cannot do that with poor data. So regardless of which department you're in, finance, HR, marketing, sales, you will have to rely on clean data to present any kind of usable, valid correct insights. Because here's the thing, if you don't have correct data, like if you don't have reliable data, the insights you get will be definitely misleading. I mentioned that before, right? It will be misleading. The consequences of that is catastrophic, okay? You could lay off an entire team of people just because your revenue insights were off the chart. You could launch a product in a business, in a market that is not ready for you just because you had incomplete and poor data that did not give you the kind of information that you needed to make those business decisions. So yes, the implications of poor data is real. And this is why business users need to have control over their departmental data. The underlying mantra is, if you want to be data-driven, you have to be conscious about data quality. And this applies to all business users, regardless of your department. If you work with data, you need to know what poor data looks like and how you can fix it. So I hope this video was helpful. If you would like to test out WinPure for your marketing or sales data, please get in touch, or you can go directly to our website and download the demo. I've given you the links in the description below. Until next time, I will come back with a more interesting topic on data quality. And if you have any suggestions, if you want us to make any video on a topic that you want to build awareness about, please feel free to reach out to us. Until then, bye-bye. See ya.